Hi YouTube, this is Retta. I'm going to do a quick reading. I did a reading like a month or two ago in regards to Donald Trump and Melania's relationship, and it showed it was a very strong relationship and he loved her dearly. I want to see how now, 2 months later, he's in the White House, she's in New York City, how their relationship is handling the distance and the pressure. And I knew last time I did their relationship reading, she was still shell shocked from the election. She was kind of shell shocked from, the battle of the election, and she was kind of weary, but not in the relationship of everything that happened. So I want to see how that relationship is now. I just want to remind you guys. I'm doing a live stream tomorrow. I'm going to try to do it. Remember, I'm not very technically savvy, but I'm going to try to do it, and we're going to get into the relationship between Ted Cruz and Paul Ryan in regards to Trump, and see what kind of people they are, and see what their relationship is with Trump now. So you guys make sure, I thought I set it up for 4 o'clock Eastern time, but I didn't realize that it was Pacific time. Everything was done in Pacific time, so it'll be 7 o'clock Pacific time. So it'll be 10 o'clock Eastern time. So I'm going to stay up late for that one. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Also, make sure you subscribe and give a thumbs up, and make a comment, join in the discussion. So we're going to see. I haven't used this deck before. So with these readings I like to use, this is how I break in like new decks and stuff. So we'll see how this deck reads. It's a very pretty deck. It's the Distant Past Tarot. So I want to see how it reads. I think Melania, she is the High Priestess. She's very feminine. She's a very feminine, but I believe she's very, she has very strong intuition. I think that's another reason why she's kind of keeping Barron away from the White House. She has very strong intuition, and she's just sheltering him. So I want to. I don't think she thinks it's a nice environment right now. So she's keeping her son where he's safe, and she's a mother first, and her intuitions is telling her to do that. So I want to see Donald Trump and Melania Trump, their relationship now. That the election's over. I think he's very lonely without her. I really do. I think he's very lonely without her. I think that's why he's up tweeting at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, even though they said he's always had a hard time sleeping and stuff. And I think also she's like she kind of reels him in. People think that Melania doesn't have a voice, and the way that Trump adored her in that relationship, sometimes he takes some things for granted about her, but I think she was kind of a voice to reel him in. Okay, Donald, that's enough. Get in bed. That's enough tweeting. So we'll see how things are going. It was such a snowstorm here in New York yesterday. It's been shoveling for 2 days. I had to get my car and try to get some snow off of it and move it across the street. So let's see. I want to see where their relationship is at. Make sure, because I have a habit. Where their relationship is at now. Donald and Melania. Where is their relationship at now? The Nine of Wands. So, I think right now it's all about, standing in defense. They're still defensive mode. This card came out in their other reading where she felt that Nine of Rods. That was, what deck was that? The Tarot of Delphi. And that card was the Nine of Wands too. But it was like after battle And it was the army after the carnage of the battle, and he was just, they just got done fighting, and they kind of looked dazed. I think right now, like I said, it's a pretty card. And you see, I think that they're holding their ground. I think, they're both still holding their ground. And I think it's to kind of shelter and protect that young man. I think that is the main concern of Melania, I believe. And whatever Melania, and I think it's a main concern of Donald. So I think they're still standing their ground, as a sort of defense within regards to protection. Where does Melania feel the relationship with Donald Trump is right now? The Three of Coins. So they feel, she's still in a partnership with him. She still is she's still in a position of power within that relationship. They are working together, to achieve a goal. So, she's very much a part of what he's doing in the White House. Some people are like, oh, blink Melania if you need help. No, she's very much, the three is coming together for, a greater purpose, coming together for a greater purpose to get something done or accomplished. She knows that what he's trying to do, and she stands by him. So that's where it is. But why she stands by him, she's still going to protect her son. She doesn't have to work with him in the White House, her son comes first. Where does he stand in the relationship with Melania? The Chariot. He's still, look at the Force, the Chariot. That love is still strong, and he's going forth, There's strong love, strong emotion, strong ties, and that's what drives him. The love, the love is what drives him. So where does she hope, where's her hopes for this relationship? The Ace of Swords. She's hoping that within the relationship, they just cut through the bull crap. They cut through the bull crap, and cutting through that bull crap will see these flowers here, will transform, transform this relationship into something better. She's hoping that, he does with them working together, to achieve, his goals, that, he can cut through the bull crap, and it will be, better times ahead. Where's his hopes? The Queen of Swords. He's hoping that he's hoping that she can be a force. See how the flowers are in this one, and then the flowers are in this one. So he's hoping that, things will change where she's closer, because, the Queen is all about action, and, she's an extreme part of his decisions, of his world, and her voice needs to be heard. And he's hoping that, maybe, she'll be a bigger part. He's hoping that she'll, come to be a bigger part. Her voice will be heard more. Okay, what do they see his relationship going? The High Priestess, that's her birth card. So, what her driving force with anything is her intuition. She's very intuitive. I would think she might have some skills. She really does. She's very intuitive. She's very feminine. She's very intuitive to the emotions of her children. Her son, Donald. She's very intuitive. And she's still going to, in the future, her intuition, what her intuition goes with, that's what she's going to go with. Let me see another card with that. The King of Wands. Yep, here it is. So the King of Wands, it's like her love. It's not her love. It's Donald, her lover, her husband. There's her sexual relationship. The King of Wands is all about sex. So, in regards to him, she's still very much attracted to Donald. She's still very passionately, sexually attracted to Donald. But with her, the High Priestess, you see there's pomegranates in her lap, which is like the sign of the Empress. The Empress is the pomegranates in her lap, which is, you know, a sign of the Empress. I think her intuition in her High Priestess is to, you know, let Donald do what he needs to do. Make it more of the White House more of a safer environment. Not saying anything will happen to them, but it's a hostile environment, and she feels that, and she doesn't want her son in any part of that. So let's see, where does he hope? You know, there's the Eight of Cups. Let's see, that's like walking away. Let's see. Ooh, the Eight of Cups. It's like walking away. He feels, you know, right now, it's like he feels like he's turned his back on his wife because she's so far away. Which he feels, you know, he feels kind of sad because he's like he's walking away. I don't think he's walking away on this relationship. I think he feels like, you know, he's not there for her. Which, see how this is the Empress? I mean, this is the High Priestess with, remember I said it had a connection with the Empress because of the pomegranates? Well, look at who it came up next, is the Empress. So I feel, let me do one more card with that. Yeah. He feels, the Knight of Swords, he feels, and this came up before, he feels like he's kind of left his wife and his kid behind for this government office. He really does. He's hoping that she comes, you know, she's a stronger influence in the White House and in his administration. You know, he wants her to be a stronger influence, but with her High Priestess, she's like, hey, you know, she's going to do what she feels that she needs to do. Her intuition is telling her that, you know, she's got to protect and defend, you know, her child, her family. So, you know, he's sad. You know, he's sad. He feels like, you know, he's on this path, and you know, these two aren't with him, and he's kind of felt like he's had to leave them behind. Okay, where does the cards in their relationship? Where's the cards? The future. The Knight of Wands. The Queen of Coins. And he's going to have to learn to balance. He's going to have to learn to balance. This is the future. Trump, remember I said his first reading they did is that sometimes it was the card where, you know, sometimes he gets focused at the, you know, at what's in front of him. I think it was the Queen of Cups. He gets focused on what's in front of him and the love, you know, he loves them, but he doesn't notice that, you know, some of the love is spilling over, you know. He's not noticing the little things, and he needs to be careful. So what he needs to do is with his son and his wife, you know, he needs to be with the Knight of Wands is action, and the Queen of Coins is like the woman of the house. You know, he needs to balance. He needs to learn how to balance this. And I guess because it's a new position for him to be, I think he expected it to be hard, but not this hard. You know, I don't think he expected this hard. And so he's working and kind of, you know, he's working so much, and with the distance, the family feels like, you know, they're left behind a little bit, even though, you know, the wife there, she's not upset. She's, you know, she's a working part of this relationship and in his administration. You know, they're working together, but she just says, hey, you know, you do what you got to do in Washington, and I'm going to take care of my son. You know, I got to take care of him. And he, you know, in the future, the cards are hoping that he learns to balance this out more, his family and with this position. And I think so. I think this is like the first 22 days of office. You know, this is all new to him. He's trying to get things accomplished. I think he thought that he could have got more things accomplished. He didn't realize that it was going to be a fight at everything. And I think once things calm down, he'll be able to incorporate them more and hopefully be able to balance this relationship. But Ivanka is a participant in his administration, in his family, in his, she's a strong participant. You know, she is a strong participant. Of, she's right there with them. She's right there. You see the woman, she's the one who's painting. You know, she's right there with him with this relationship. So this whole blink Melania, you know, if you're all right, or the whole feeling of her being abused, she doesn't feel that way at all. So that's the end of this reading. I'll talk to you guys later. And remember, tomorrow is that live feed, 7 o'clock Pacific time. I hope to see you guys there. Bye.